What's up guys, this is Quante, and welcome back to more Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. In the last episode, we did Sandopolis Zone, and I don't think that episode went that well, but hey, well, you know, we're moving on to bigger and better things, like the Lava Reef Zone, people, you know, this zone that has very cool music, and, you know, I like Lava Reef Zone. Probably if not for the music alone, and just mainly because the atmosphere is actually kind of cool. You know, it's just like we're in this giant cave filled with lava and rocks and all this stuff everywhere. You know, it just looks, overall just looks like a really cool zone. I like Lava Reef Zone. And pretty much every zone after it, you know. Like, Sandopolis is practically, you know, it's not the worst of the game, it's not even the worst at all, it's just kind of difficult, but once you get past Sandopolis Zone, the game actually starts to become really fun. And, you know, you can have a lot of fun with the game. And Tails makes this zone a lot easier, because stuff like that you have to wait for, you know, Tails can make it go just about as fast. Not to mention, you can get fire shields and pretty much be impervious to anything. You know, Lava Reef, fire shield, you know, that sort of thing doesn't particularly mix. Because, you know, when you have these fire shields, you're impervious to fire, and you can pretty much walk on the lava and freaking be a BA. Yeah, that's a thing, you know, just being impervious to every single thing. And I like the fire shield out of all the shields the most, pretty much because you get that boost when you're using the fire shield, and it's almost sort of like having the homing attack. It's like a pre-version of the homing attack, I guess. Only it doesn't home onto enemies, it just fires straight forward, but it always reminded me of the homing attack at least, and I'm pretty much all for, like, having the homing attack in 2D Sonic games. Like, I was never really against it, you know, like for Sonic 4, you know, a lot of people were pretty pissed off that the homing attack was in the game, and I wasn't one of those people. I was actually pretty much all for it, at least. Yeah, I thought they incorporated it really well in at least Sonic 4 Episode 2, at least. I mean, they sort of made you use it a few times in Episode 1, but I mean, even then, I don't think it was anything to complain too much about. I don't know, I guess that's just Sonic fans in general, you know, complaining about everything. But yet, I'm friends with one of the biggest Sonic nerds, like, in history, you know, the Black Guy Gamer, and I haven't really heard him say too many bad things about, you know, the whole Sonic the Hedgehog series in general. You know, he pretty much loves Shadow the Hedgehog of all games, and so he's a pretty big Sonic fan, and if he likes that game, you can pretty much already tell that he doesn't complain too much about everything that's in, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog games and stuff like that. Even though he does think Sonic 06 is a pretty bad game. I have to admit, Sonic 06 is pretty terrible, you know. Even in Sonic 06, they tried to do the whole fire thing in Crisis City, and it was extremely glitchy, and the load screens were freaking terrible, and Sonic 06 sucks! But that's besides the point. We're in Lava Reef, and things are still in the golden ages. And all things are good. Even though I did deathed, I didn't mean to death back there. That was pretty bad. And I lost my fire shield, and now the chance of being deathed is even greater. And I do not like being deathed in Sonic the Hedgehog. Because that's no good. That's no good! It's not. See, why didn't I have this exciting well, not exciting commentary, but why didn't I act like this in the last episode? I don't know. I guess I was just too nervous about the whole Sandopolis thing, because I'm really not good at Sandopolis at all. But Lava Reef is a pretty cool zone, and I like it a lot. You know? And 4 minutes in, and we're pretty much going to Act 2 with this boss here. This boss, I used to think was really hard the first time I played the game. Or at least the first time I got to this point, but it's really not. And this hand here... Wait, no, never mind. What I was going to say was pretty much going to be completely irrelevant to that hand boss. But these things are pretty easy to destroy. Oh, thanks, Tails, you were useful. Who knew? Tails, useful? You know, who knew? But once you destroy both of those circle turret things, it'll pretty much be all left up to this hand, and then when you destroy the hand, the boss fight is pretty much over. I think the boss fight is over when you destroy the hand itself, actually. I think the hand is the actual boss, and those turrets are just there to kind of distract you. I could be wrong, but that's pretty much what I remember. I don't know. I always, now, destroy the turns before I destroy the hand, so I really don't know. And at least now. And, oh, kill! Oh, there we go. There we go. I thought I was gonna have to go through all that again. That would not have been good. And, oh, the goalpost didn't supply a fire shield. That's no good. Oh, well. The lava reef will pretty much freeze over after this point. And everything is sort of, not frozen per se, but crystallized. And everything sort of changes drastically. Sort of like how Angel Island caught on fire and then everything looked really different. But I could still use a fire shield because there are fire-spewing, like, gun things on the wall everywhere. And, you know, the fire shield could really help with that. So, I'm glad I found that, actually. Oh, Eggman thing. Monitors. Aww. Why did you have to be there after I got my fire shield, you frickin' idiots. You idiot. Oh, whatever. I can get through this with that. What the oh, that scared me. I didn't know what I latched onto at all. Yeah, this thing is actually really weird to control. You have to, like, do things and move yourself upwards, which is hard sometimes. Oh well, we did it. Holy crap, is that a life? Wait, I want, I got ring. No, that's invincibility. Still pretty helpful though. Okay, well let's blast through everything. And oh no, I don't want to go backwards. Going backwards is no good. Water shield, why one of those in this zone? Why? I need fire, even though water's pretty cool too, but I'm not drowning right now. I'm not in water. The water, actually, there isn't a water zone in Sonic and Knuckles. I just realized that. Or I could be wrong, but I don't think there's any water zones. I think they saved, like, all the water zones for Sonic 3. Because there's water in, like, 3 different zones in Sonic 3, I think. So, I just came to that realization that there's no water zones in Sonic and Knuckles. And I go the wrong way. I lose one ring, and I get it back. Okay. Where the heck am I supposed to go? I just came down from... Will you leave me alone? There we go. I guess I should go upwards? Even though I just came down here, I don't really know. Surprised Tails is actually able to follow me up here. Holy crap, no, don't death. Don't do that. That's no good. And, oh, not this again. No. I think if you, like, make Sonic jump at the lowest point, that's when he actually gets the most air, instead of, like, pressing the jump button when the ladder is at the highest point. I think it's actually at the lowest point, because that's how I just did that. Holy crap, oh, tight squeezes. Nope, don't, okay, there we go. There we go. And through there, oh, shoot. Oh, they really like making those springs that make you go backwards, don't they? And that was just the coolest thing. I don't know why. Just that scenery. Even though Sonic wasn't moving his legs during that animation, it still looked pretty cool. Well, that's Sonic and Knuckles for you. And wow, I've been in this zone a lot longer than I thought I would have. We're at 8 minutes? Holy crap. Well, it's probably not going to take as long as Sandopolis did. Sandopolis was pretty terrible. Even though the boss of this zone is actually probably going to get me, because I'm really terrible at the boss of this zone. Just going to say that now. Having a fire shield during the boss of the zone is actually pretty helpful, but I'm not sure where a fire shield is at this point, and I'm probably not sure I'm going to get one by the time I get to the boss. But it's really helpful to have one at the boss, because it's fire-oriented, as you could probably tell. It's Lava Reef, so I don't know why you wouldn't think that. But we're at the boss pretty much right now. And wait, look at that familiar face in the cavern's roof or ceiling, whatever. And oh, Knuckles. Wait, oh, you idiot! What are you doing? And how did that not crush Sonic's entire body? That should have. Oh well. But yes, the Death Egg. I guess this is where it crashed. And Eggman is trying to bring it back into the air, and that's no good. We gotta stop him. So, this isn't the boss fight. he's gonna be shooting these missiles, and when the missiles actually hit the platforms fall. But that's not the hard part of this boss fight at all. Not at all. The hard part of the boss fight is the actual boss fight itself, believe it or not. Ooh, checkpoint. That's good. Okay. So pretty much when you get to these things, these Super Mario Bros. 2-esque platforms, sort of like the logs from Mario 2, you can, you know, it's free of auto-scroll, I guess just to say. And ooh, there's a fire shield. Now I can drop down to the bottom and be impervious to everything. Because this is pretty much, the screen is full of fire. Yes, this boss shall be a breeze now. And where do I make the boss spawn? Oh, I gotta make these. Right. Gotta make these go down and stuff. And yeah, this is the boss. You don't actually hit this boss at all. He actually hits himself with those balls. And yeah, that's what's doing damage to him. And if you didn't have the fire shield, you pretty much have to do like some hardcore platforming. And the platforms disperse when it hits Eggman, so if it disperses while you're still on it, you're gonna get hit, you know? So you can pretty much, like, jump over every platform that comes towards you and just let everything hit Eggman, or Robotnik, I should say, and then this boss fight will be the easiest thing in the entire world. But if you don't, it's a little bit more challenging, but I don't know. Sometimes I still have trouble with it, you know, that's why it's just twice as easy to have the fire shield. And to ensure victory, of course, unless you hit one of the spiked balls and lose it, and then you're in trouble. But other than that, this is a pretty easy boss, even though it takes a really long time. I just wish he would, you know, hit himself already again, so this can be over, you know. Okay, there we go. And he deathed it himself. IQ of 300, folks, remember that. But Sonic got through Act 2. And we shall go on to... I can't remember zone. Let's see where we go, because I really don't remember. I think it's Hidden Palace. Yeah, we're almost done with the game. I think I'm actually going to put that in this episode. I'm going to leave it in, because why not? And we can go to the next zone in the next episode, I guess. Well, this isn't going to take long at all. This entire zone is actually a boss fight itself. So I'm going to do this right quick, and then we'll go into the next episode. So, up we go. And then, you can still see that Death Egg sort of back there. And look at that mural. Like, I'm fighting Knuckles, but that's besides the point. Look at the mural. It's like Eggman with an emerald, and then some figure that's glowing fighting him. That's sort of foreshadowing, I guess I could say. But this boss fight really isn't that hard, especially if you're using Insta-Shield. You know, Knuckles is gone. And we're going to the next zone, and I know for sure what the next zone is now. But oh wait, before we do all that, he's taking the frickin' Master Emerald. And Sonic's doing nothing about it. It's like you're too slow. Aww. His bones and everything. Don't frickin' shocking anteaters. I'm pretty sure that's not great, you know. Knuckles should be Australian, but he acts more black than he does Australian. Frickin' echidna. Knuckles the enchilada. But ooh, he helped us. I think this is a good sign. He trusts us now. And so, up he goes, and up we go. All the way to Sky Sanctuary Zone. All the way up in the clouds. And if we go over here, we can see the Death Egg rising into the clouds, and all those egg robots, you know, they're just all coming off of it, and that's no good. Aww. Well, we gotta do something about this. Oh, wait. Oh, there's Knuckles to the rescue. And so, in the next episode of Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we'll be doing Sky Sanctuary Zone. We're pretty much near the end of the game now, so yay for that.